Code is a 1-hour introduction to computer science for kids of all ages. Participating in the event allows kids to explore the world of programming, which is a valuable skill for anyone to have in our world today. On behalf of Women in Tech Maldives, thank you so much for volunteering to become a mentor. We've picked a few games that are easy to understand for the age group that you will be mentoring. You do not need to have a background in computer science. You will only need to guide your students through simple tasks where the games will provide instructions on what they're expected to do. On the day of the event, you will demo the first 3 stages of your game and then let the students take it from there. Please note that you must complete the game yourself so that if any of your students struggle with a level, you would be able to guide them. If you are unsure of how to complete a level, find an issue with the game, or have any other queries, please reach out to us. So let's begin with our tutorial. You will receive a link to the game that your students will play, as well as a secondary activity in case your students are able to complete the game before the hour ends. For step 1, you can introduce the game to your students. You can let them know about the controls, the features, as well as the other useful information about the game, such as the videos that will pop up that will help the students understand exactly what is happening in the game and what they need to do. And they can also click on the notes to see transcription of the video if they do not have a strong internet connection. You can show your students where their instructions will be and let them know that they can play the instructions as well. Their workspace is down below in the bottom right corner, and their blocks are in the middle here, and where the game is built is at this left corner here. They will need to follow their instructions and make the game so that their tasks are completed. They will also get these hints so as to help them understand where these blocks are and how to use them. So the first instruction is to drag a Make New Sprite block into the workspace and connect it under When Run. When Run basically means that when this game is run, what happens next? So you can do this by dragging the block and clicking it into place. If the block is not properly connected, then it will not be opaque. So you want to make sure that the yellow highlight appears on the When Run block and you can click it into place. A sprite is the character in the game, and in this case you can change your sprite between 2 characters. You're then required to connect a Say block underneath this, and in this instance, if you have already changed your sprite, then you must change the sprite for the Say block as well, or else you will not be given the right instructions. You will also be able to change what's here, so you can say anything, hello, your name, or anything that you'd like. And now your tasks are complete and you can press Run. So your sprite is created and your sprite says hello world, and so your first level is over. You can then click continue. For the second one, your sprites are already created. The hint shows that this level is part of a larger project and that changes will be saved across these levels. Your sprites are already made, but the instructions tell you to give the sprites different locations. The locations can be set by selecting the pin icon and then just dragging your cursor around. The sprite will follow, and then you can just left click to leave the sprite at the location you've selected. You can do this for either of these sprites and complete the objective and press Run. Now we go to the third level. In the third level, it asks for us to make the sprites say something to each other. As you can see, the sprites are located at the coordinates that we selected before. You also have a new block here that says Set Background to. You don't need this, but it is an extra challenge for you to set the background, and it's a fun way to start customizing your game. So you've created your sprites. You can set a background to one of the backgrounds that you like from the selection. And now it says add code to make each sprite say something. So since we have 2 sprites, we can actually add 2 of these blocks, and one is the sprite, the other is the spaceship, So this can say hello spaceship, and the other one says hello rower, and we can click run. And now we can see that they say what we've instructed them to say. At this point, you've finished level 3 and you will want to ask your students to continue from then on by themselves. And the levels will get more and more complex, but they will be helping the students understand exactly what needs to be done. The only additional thing that will happen at this point is that for some of the stages, you will be required to tap on the sprite. So for example, in this specific one, you've already got the blocks in place and the game is asking you to make these sprites talk. So when you click the button, it will not say hello as you initially had on level 3. It is asking for you to click. So this shows your students that a click action can be added as well. So this is why we need you to complete the game yourself, because the first 3 stages will not show all of the functionalities of what is required. And so you can complete the game and see exactly what needs to be done at every single stage, so that if one of your students has trouble finishing a level, you'll be able to guide them. Once a student has completed all 10 levels, the 11th level is about creating a custom game by themselves. They're given a blank canvas where they can see world, blocks, sprites, locations, events, and behaviors to make their own game. So as an example, I will just create a sprite and run this, but your students can create a complete game using all of these blocks. Once they finish running their game, they will be able to click finish and then finish again to head to a page where they will get a certificate of completion. You can personalize this by putting in your name, clicking submit, getting the certificate that you can print out. You can ask your students to save this so that they have access to it later. And at that point, they can either, if they have more time, go on to the next activity, or if this is the end of their hour of code session, you may ask them how they enjoyed it, what they liked best, and to share their creations with the rest of the class so that you can all take a look at the unique creations by every student. Thanks again for taking time out to help students discover the magic of programming. This helps to broaden participation in the field of computer science. We hope you enjoyed the event as much as your students and that we see you again next year.